blind ranking NBA point guards. Let's go. Trae Young is coming in at the 4 spot. Ice Trae, the modern Steve Nash, in my opinion, one of the best pure point guards in the game. Needs more weapons around him in Atlanta. John Morant's going to come in at the number 7 spot. If you asked me this 2-3 years ago before the off-court stuff and some injuries, Morant was trending to a top 2 or 3 point guard, but he's taking a little step back despite the Grizzlies still being very successful. SGA has to get the top spot. He's likely the MVP in the league, one of the best offensive guards in the game in the last couple decades, really. Steph Curry, number 2, in my opinion, the GOAT of the modern era point guards. Before that, you had Magic. Now you got Curry. They're 1A, 1B, however you want to look at it. Dame Dollar, Dame Lillard, one of my favorite point guards. I'm going to put him at the 6th spot. As far as offense goes, he's a top 5 point guard. His two-way game, maybe not as complete as it used to be, and you do have a lot of talented two-way guards in the league. Luka has to get the 3 spot. He could arguably number 1 on this list, but I don't think of him as a true point. He does not guard the other team's point guard. Typically, he's more of a point forward. So I got Luka at 3. If you ask me who's the best offensive player on this list, it's between Luka, SGA, and Steph. So right them 1 through 3 is a good fit. Jrue Holiday, probably the best defensive point guard in the game when he's on top of his game. But I got him in the 8th spot. We don't see as much offense out of Jrue, and they don't ask as much out of him with the Celtics as far as being a facilitator as they used to in places like Milwaukee or his previous stops. Jalen Brunson at 5 is tough. I would have liked to have him 1 spot above Trae Young because of Brunson's defense, but Trae Young is probably a better pure passer, so I could live with him at the 4 spot. Brunson is an elite point guard. LaMelo Ball at 9. This is a tough spot, but if you want to ask me who's the most accomplished point guards in the league, he probably is more in the 9 or 10 spot. Most talented, I think he's a top 5 talent, but we haven't seen him do it and win in a consistent rate. So I got LaMelo in the 9 spot, and Kyrie at 10 is tough, but you don't get a lot of defense from Kyrie, and he's more of a score first point guard. In my opinion, he's basically an Allen Iverson type. He's a 2 guard playing the 1. So I got Kyrie at 10. That's tough. As far as all-time careers go, Kyrie is a top 5, top 7 point guard based off pure talent, but his resume and his defense, I could live with him in the 10 spot. Let's get your thoughts in the comments. That was a tough one. The point guard position is low.